Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, para jemaah dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear respected viewers, we begin our lesson today by praising Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala for this opportunity for us to continue our lessons. It's just that today we start later than our usual time. This is due to some circumstances that I cannot avoid. And inshallah ta'ala, for today we will enter into our questions. This is our first question. Question is asking, Asalamualaikum Ustaz. I have a few questions with regard to wuju during iddah, and based on madhab, on madhab. With regards to my understanding through reading on the internet and watching from various YouTube videos. Is it true that during iddah for talaq 1 or 2, your wife is still your legal wife, and only after she had cleared her period for 3 times, then she is officially divorced? Yani pertaining to iddah, there are a few things in here, and you have to understand that when a husband divorces the wife enters into the waiting period, and in Arabic we call it al-iddah. If the wife has menses, then in our Mahzab Imam Shafi'i, for example, it is 3 clean menstruation cycles. So once she has completed 3 menstruation cycles of the clean days, and when she enters into menses after the clean cycles, then the waiting period is over. So as long as she is in this waiting period, she is what we mentioned in her iddah. She is considered to be in her iddah. Okay. Just give me. So this is the thing that we have to understand. She is the divorce occurs, and she enters into the waiting period, and the husband can reconcile the marriage, and we say raja'a, or in Malay we call it ruju'. So the meaning of raja'a in Arabic we call it raja'a. It means to reconcile in the marriage, meaning the husband can can make the wife enter into the marriage. So when the wife is in the waiting period, there are still obligations of marital obligations between the husband and the wife. For example, in this case, it is compulsory for the husband to provide nafaqah for the wife. Although they are divorced, but since she is in the waiting period, at any point of time the husband can reconcile in the marriage. So it is wajib upon the husband to provide nafaqah and also housing for her. So in fiqh we call it, this is talaq raj'i. This is a type of divorce that you can reconcile. In that sense, we say they are still husband and wife in terms of duties, in terms of so many of the duties. Number 2, is it true that if you wish to rujuk back with your wife during iddah, you have to verbally say it to her regardless as if there's a witness, and regardless if she agrees or not, she has to accept and rida? Yani you have to say out, you have to say out the words of raja'a. Yani for example, the husband tells the wife in English, for example, I reconcile back to my marriage, or I make you back into my marriage. This is a type of raja'a that the husband utters. In our Mahzab Imam Shafi'i, once the husband utters these words that he wants her back into the marriage, although if there are no witnesses, this form of reconciliation is valid. Only thing is that with witnesses, it is a sunnah. It is what you call it recommended in recommended in Islam. And Imam Shafi'i, he has any two opinions in this regard. One opinion, and he mentioned that witnessing is wajib. Another opinion, which is the qawl mu'tamad in our madhab Imam Shafi'i, is that witness is not compulsory. So while the wife is in the state of iddah, at any point of time the husband can make her return back into the marriage, even if she does not agree. So it is not something that we say that with the condition the wife agrees or does not agrees. No, there is no such condition. As long as the wife is in the state of iddah, and the talaq is after the first talaq or the second talaq, not after the third talaq, because the talaq becomes ba'in, that the husband cannot reconcile back the marriage. But after the first talaq or the second talaq, and not khuli, not based on compensation. There is another type of talaq that is called talaq khul'i, where the wife give some money with the condition that the husband divorce her by that sum. Now this is considered to be ba'in also. The husband cannot reconcile the marriage in such an occasion. All this mentioned in our books in your fiqh. So she has to accept, and this is not within what she wants. And if the husband reconcile, then she automatically becomes the wife again. Number 3, is it haram and sinful if you were to have a sexual intercourse doing iddah with her? Yes, and it is haram, because now you are not husband and wife anymore. You, a person divorces the wife, they are not considered to be husband and wife. Although we say some duties are wajib for the husband in terms of nafaqah, in terms of housing, but in terms of relationship, there is no relationship of that is halal in a sense, husband and wife. So the wife cannot sleep together with the husband. The wife has to live separately. For example, if they live in a small house and the husband has to go out from the house, they cannot be sleeping in the same room after the divorce. Does it count as you have rujuk? Because based on Mahzab Shafi'i is clearly haram, but on the other hand, for the 3 other madhab is considered if you have rujuk. As far as our madhab is concerned, now question is asking on the opinions on the various madhab. As far as the madhab of Imam Shafi'i is concerned, that performing any sexual intercourse is haram, point number 1. Point number 2, it is not considered to be an act of rujuk. It doesn't mean the husband does any sexual intercourse with the wife, that we say that the wife now has returned back into the marriage to the husband. We say the husband is sinful, and no reconciliation has taken place, because there is no verbal saying by the husband on his part, unless if he said before that he has reconciled, then that is a different situation. And the question asked based on the other madhab. You see, when you speak about other madhab, also you have to understand, it doesn't mean that the other madhab are saying that it is permissible that the husband does any sexual intercourse and it is considered to be an act of rujuk. See, the thing is, even other madhab, for example, like the madhab of Imam Malik, for example, the madhab of Al-Imam Abu Hanifa, he says that there must be intention of rujuk. That a person, for example, he intended to reconcile the wife, and he performs that sexual intercourse based on that intention. So yes, there are opinions within other madhab, other than madhab Imam Shafi'i, that consider sexual intercourse to be an act of rujuk. But of course, the condition is that he has to intend sexual intercourse not to perform sexual intercourse without intending to do rujuk. So to follow the opinion of madhab Imam Shafi'i, it is the safest. And the opinion of other than madhab Imam Shafi'i, the intention is a condition. The husband has to intend that he is performing reconciliation. When he performs then he performs the sexual intercourse, and then they consider this form of sexual intercourse to be a form of reconciliation, based on his intention. So if I were to summarize the opinions of ulama on the madhahib, these are the 2 major opinions. Number 1 is the opinion of Imam Shafi'i. Number 2 is the opinion of other than Imam Shafi'i. And the opinion of Imam Shafi'i is that sexual intercourse is not considered to be a form of ruju'. So that it is important for us to take note also, to go out of all differences amongst the ulama, that when we are speaking about marriage, and this is something that is important, we make sure that if a person wants to what you call a person divorces the wife and wants to perform sexual intercourse, for example, and he has the intention to reconcile back the wife, then what harm the question we ask what harm can this particular person tell the wife that he is performing reconciliation, that he is performing ruju', then there is no issue. But if a person understand this, then he will appreciate the importance of following this opinion within our Mahzab of Imam Shafi'i. Number 3, is it simple? Okay. Number 4, what if you have verbally say to your wife during iddah that you wish to ruju', and at the same time you also engage in a sexual intercourse which she consented and agree, and once you verbally say to your wife that you have performed reconciliation, then khalas, you have performed reconciliation. Now you are husband and wife. Then if a person performs sexual intercourse after that, there is no issue, because they are husband and wife. Does it automatically indicate that she has to return back to your wife legally? Yes, without needing to nikah again. Yes, as long as she is in the waiting period. That's what we mentioned. As long as she is in iddah, as long as she is in the iddah, so the husband can reconcile the marriage. Now, I just want to clear and clarify my doubts. Your answer and explanation is much appreciated. Soalan yang menanyakan jemaah dirahmati Allah berkenaan dengan rujuk. Adakah melakukan persetubuhan sesuatu perbuatan ini rujuk? Maka kita mengatakan tidak. Persetubuhan bukan satu perbuatan ini rujuk. Rujuk wajib bagi suami untuk melafazkan yang dia merujuk isterinya kembali kepada pernikahan, dan tidak diwajibkan saksi. Tetapi ada pendapat selain daripada mazhab Imam Syafi'i mengatakan ia boleh menjadi sebab yang mana isteri itu dirujuk dengan syarat suami itu niat untuk rujuk. Tapi kalau ada tidak niat untuk rujuk, maka rujuk itu tidak sah. Jadi ini adalah sikit lebih kurang apa yang saya sebutkan tadi. Jadi kalau sekiranya suami sudah melafazkannya dan melakukan persetubuhan, tidak ada masalah, sebab sekarang isteri sudah kembali kepada pernikahan suami, dan selagi mana isteri itu berada dalam iddah, tak perlu nikah lagi. Sebab dia pun menanyakan, adakah nak kena nikah lagi? Tidak, ini rujuk, ini sudah tidak perlu nikah. Sudah tidak perlu nikah lagi. Sekarang kita pergi kepada soalan yang kedua, dan we are going insyaAllah to the next question. And next question, the next question is about the same, and that's why I put side by side. So we have basically I have already answered the question before. This question is asking, Assalamualaikum Waalaikumsalam. My ex-husband and I had divorced since January 2019, but during my iddah. So when you ask this question, you must understand what is the meaning of iddah. You must understand what is the meaning of iddah. It is 3 clean cycles, and if you are experiencing any menses, 3 clean cycles. After 3 clean cycles, within these 3 clean cycles, you are in iddah. So sometimes a person, what you call it, can be more, can be less. Sometimes the menstruation of a woman, for example, can prolong up to 1 year. For example, clean days. She saw blood, for example, in January. February, no blood, for example. So the iddah can prolong, or the iddah can be minimal. For example, a woman only menses for 1 day and 1 night. This is the minimum menses. And then after that 15 days, and you have the clean days. This is considered to be the first one, so on. So it can be any minimal. My ex-husband and I divorced since January 2019, but during my iddah, my ex-husband and I had sexual intercourse. So like what I said, this is the same question that was asked about the same meaning as the previous question. May I ask, is this an act of rujuk? So as what we mentioned, Madhab Imam Shafi'i, this is not considered to be an act of rujuk. In the other madhab, they make the intention as a condition. If the husband has the intention to reconcile the marriage with that sexual intercourse, it is considered to be an act of rujuk. And I advise all viewers to avoid this, to avoid performing any this kind any of things, any to do any sexual intercourse any without saying any the ruju'. Our ulama, although any the Hanafites and Malikites, they know any about this and the importance any of going out any from the differences any amongst any ulama, and especially when we speak any about marriage and is important in Islam because it carries any a lot of any rulings. It carries any the rulings any of having children, of nasab, of fara'id when a person any pass away and so on and so forth. So we do not any want to mess up our marriage. So it is better for us any to play safe. Take any the best any opinion and do not any do things any that are ambiguous, that differences any amongst any the ulama in certain issues. So this is any our advice and we can answer, but of course when comes any to practice, it is something else. When comes any to practice, we always any take the best any opinion. In a sense, the opinion that is any the safest. So this kind of things any which should be avoided. And if a person does this out of ignorance, he is sinful. Many a times, for example, I can imagine for example a person does any sexual intercourse without even making any the intention of ruju', for example, it happens, and this is out of ignorance. Then if it is out of ignorance, it is sinful. It is sinful for this particular person. Only thing some of our scholars give a way out for people who are ignorant on so many of these issues. But for people who learn fiqh and so on and so forth, these are the things that we should be careful and we should avoid. That we should avoid. And even if a person does any sexual intercourse without any intention, make tawbah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and reconcile the proper way, as long as your wife is in iddah. Jadi soalan yang sama jemaah dirahmati Allah menanyakan berkenaan dengan rujuk seorang setelah cerai dia melakukan persetubuhan, maka ini diharamkan dalam mazhab Imam Shafi'i, diharamkan dalam mazhab yang lain juga. Kalau sekiranya dia tidak niat rujuk, maka ini adalah perbuatan yang diharamkan. Jadi itu sebab kita nak kena keluar daripada khilaf. Saya nasihatkan bagi suami ini untuk rujuk dengan cara yang betul supaya pernikahan kita insya-Allah pada masa-masa yang akan datang menjadi sah dan anak-anak kita, jaga nasab kita, jaga perkara yang datang selepas itu. Soalan yang terakhir menanyakan, Assalamualaikum Ustaz. Waalaikumsalam. Saya ada pertanyaan berkenaan dengan nikah siri. Saya ini seorang perempuan, saya cuma nak dapat penjelasan apakah nikah siri itu sah dari agama. Malah waktu pernikahan ini semua pihak keluarga saya termasuk bapa saya tidak tahu tentang ini. Saya sembunyikan nikah ini daripada keluarga saya. Waktu nikah walinya itu teman sebelah pihak lelaki. Ini lagi satu masalah Lelaki yang saya nikah ini sudah beristeri, dan dia juga sembunyikan pernikahan ini daripada isteri pertama dia. Saya harap Ustaz dapat balas jawapan saya. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Soalan ini dia menanyakan, seseorang ini melakukan nikah yang dikenali sebagai nikah siri. Apakah yang dimaksudkan dengan nikah siri? Perkataan siri dalam bahasa Arab ini maksudnya rahsia. Nikah rahsia. Satu orang ini melakukan pernikahan, tak ada orang tahu misalnya. Ini nikah siri. Dalam Islam tak kira sama ada kita membicarakan nikah rahsia ke, nikah bukan rahsia, nikah yang terbuka ke, nikah yang tertutup, nikah dalam negeri, nikah luar negeri, rukun nikah tetap rukun nikah. Diwajibkan kita ada wali, ada dua saksi, wanita dengan lelaki tersebut bukan mahram, dan begitu juga berkenaan dengan ijab dan qabul. Tetapi masalah ni dia mengatakan bapanya tidak mengetahui. Jadi kalau satu orang itu menikah dan bapa dia tidak, seorang perempuan menikah, bapanya tak tahu yang dia telah nikah. Macam mana ini sekarang? Sekarang kalau seorang itu melakukan pernikahan, bapanya sepatutnya menjadi wali. Tetapi di sini dia mengatakan teman suaminya lelaki menjadi wali. Saya pun tak faham ini. Macam mana teman yang lelaki tersebut boleh menjadi wali? Maka ini adalah pernikahan yang tidak sah ini. Kalau sekiranya dia melakukan dalam negeri misalnya, dia melakukan pernikahan seperti ini. Dan ini satu lagi perkara saya mengatakan, perkara seperti ini saya nasihatkan orang yang menanyakan soalan ini, maka wallahu alam elakkan daripada benda-benda yang seperti ini. Ini benda-benda bukan saja hatta kalau satu orang itu dapat rahsiakan oleh ahli keluarganya, tetapi sekarang ini kita menanyakan persoalan ini, adakah nikah seperti ini sah? Pada zahirnya apa yang saya lihat tidak sah pada zahirnya. Melainkan kalau seorang itu nikah di luar negeri dan sebagainya, yang ini lebih yang ini daripada apa kita mengatakan jauh yang ini di luar negeri, dan dia melakukan yang ini pernikahan, dan wallahu alam ini dengan cara-cara ini yang betul ini maksudnya. Kita kena lihat ini kepada bagaimana dia nikah. Tapi kalau setakat satu orang ini menanyakan soalan seperti ini dan dia berada dalam negeri, bapa ni masih ada dan bapa ni tidak mengetahui ini yang dia telah ini menikah, maka ini tidak sah, sebab yang sepatutnya menjadi wali adalah bapa ni, hatta kalau wali hakim ini ada. Apalagi ini kita mengatakan ini seorang lelaki yang tidak dikenali, dia menjadi wali bagi wanita ini. Itu sebab ini orang yang menanyakan soalan ini nak kena lihat balik ini keadaan ini, pergi tanya kepada orang yang berilmu tentang keadaannya. Sebab kalau nikah ini tidak sah, maka haram ini hubungan ini seperti ini. Diharamkan tinggal bersama, diharamkan ini melakukan persetubuhan. Sebab ini pernikahan ini tidak sah. Jadi apa yang saya nasihatkan berkenaan dengan masalah poligami ini, satu orang ini misalnya nak berkahwin ini lebih daripada satu, apa yang saya rasa saya nasihatkan lebih baik kita terus terang. Beritahu kepada isteri yang pertama. Yakni cuba berbual dengan isteri yang pertama dan terangkan kepada isteri yang pertama ini masalah ini dan sebagainya. Sebab saya tidak mengetahui kalau kita menyembunyikan ini perkara seperti ini, maka lama kelamaan ini orang dapat tahu dan mungkin ia boleh membawa ini kepada masalah yang lebih besar. Sebab ini ada kait-mengait juga dengan pihak wanita itu, ahli keluarganya kalau dapat tahu dan sebagainya. Jadi benda-benda seperti ini tidak digalakkan sama sekali untuk seorang Muslim untuk melakukannya. Elakkan kita melakukan perkara seperti ini. Maka kita juga dalam Islam, Nabi SAW menggalakkan kita apabila melakukan pernikahan, maka daripada perkara yang disunatkan oleh Nabi SAW adalah isyhar, yakni kita memberitahu ini orang, supaya orang ini mengetahui yang kita sudah berkahwin dan sebagainya, supaya ia tidak menimbulkan fitnah nanti. Satu orang lihat kita keluar dengan seorang wanita misalnya, ataupun kita berada dengan seorang wanita yang mereka tak kenal dan sebagainya, mungkin akan berlaku fitnah. Orang mengatakan, astagfirullahaladzim, orang ini belum berkahwin lagi dan sebagainya, dia ada isteri lagi. Ini semua adalah perkara-perkara yang tidak digalakkan sama sekali. Wallahu a'lam bissawab. InsyaAllah ini kita berhenti ini di sini. Mudah-mudahan ini Allah Subhanahu wa taala memberikan kepada kita taufik ini dan hidayah. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.